Good morning, everyone. Can I please have your attention? Good morning. Can I please have everyone take their seats? Is Curry here? Scott Curry?
I haven't seen him yet.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have you please take your seats? So I'll put you in invocation right here. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests, and Academy staff. Welcome to the graduation for the Allan Hancock College Law Enforcement Basic Academy Class 109. Welcoming you here for today's event at the Public Safety Training Complex is especially meaningful. This is where your recruits, our recruits, have spent the last 5 months in a very rigorous training program. And today is their very special day, and we are honored to be able to have our graduation ceremony at the Public Safety Training Complex. We honor our graduates and we celebrate their achievements. I am Deb Annabali, and I'm the Director of Law Enforcement Training. Today's graduates have just completed 834 hours in 93 days of intensive, rigorous training. They have been challenged mentally, physically, emotionally. They have survived and they have prevailed. And now, if everyone would kindly stand and direct your attention to the back of the building to welcome Class 109 graduates. Please remain standing for the national anthem and the invocation. You will hear them come. They are on their way. Trust me, you will hear them. And now, as we pay honor to America, please join me in welcoming Miss Carrie Way from Grace Baptist Church for the singing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Carrie. That was really beautiful. And now if I could have Chaplain Fetterman, who is the lead chaplain for the Lompoc Police and Fire Corps. He will lead the invocation for today's ceremony. Please help me welcome Chaplain Fetterman.
It's my honor to pray. Gracious God, in this season of gifts, we're grateful for your gifts to us and for this day, the gift of this gathering and graduation. We invite your presence and grace to be upon us, our families, and our concerns. Thank you for the instructors and the leaders of this academy and each graduate, for their dedication and commitment, the sacrifices they have and their families have made. Before you, dear God, is a class of eager law enforcement professionals who are responding to the call to serve and protect others, and for them to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly in your presence. May you empower them to pursue righteousness and justice and to make this world a better place as they add value to the lives of others and as you guide their futures as they join the ranks of those who already wear the badge of goodness and truth. Give them fortitude and determination, stamina and compassion to do their job as they enforce the laws of our society with honor and dedication. Be with them, give them faith, give them strength to overcome obstacles in their way, to remain alert, provide them with wisdom to faithfully execute their responsibilities, and help them maintain their integrity as you give them a lifelong desire to remain grounded in the mission they set out to accomplish. And we not only pray for ourselves this day, but all law enforcement professionals in our country. Protect them, and may they sense and focus on the support of the majority of our citizens who stand with them in their difficult task. And now before you and this gathering with hearts of joy, we celebrate the accomplishments of these graduates and ask for your continued grace and guidance in our lives. In your mighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, Chaplain Fetterman, for your inspiring words. Would everyone please join me in thanking the San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard, Chaplain Fetterman, Ms. Carrie Way, the Lompoc Explorer Post, and the Santa Barbara Sheriff's Explorer Post for their assistance in our graduation today. Thank you so very much. And now at this time, it's my honor and pleasure to introduce our college superintendent and president, Dr. Kevin Walthers. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Walthers, who will provide the welcoming address this morning.
More importantly, you can be seated. I guess I could have stood up here and said that we have a new tradition that we're going to stand for the whole ceremony, but we are starting a new tradition today. Cadets, you're the first ever police academy to graduate from here on your campus where you received your training, and we're really excited about that opportunity. And the reason we're able to do this is twofold. One, we have a group of voters who've supported the building of this facility. This facility is about a $40 million facility for police, fire, and emergency medical training. It amounts to almost 25% of the entire bond proceeds spent on the Allan Hancock College campus over the life of the bond. I don't think anything else shows a bigger commitment to the future of our public safety than the commitment that's been made by the voters in this community who are paying for this facility through their property taxes, and we're very grateful for that. We have a couple of people here representing those taxpayers and citizens. Larry Lair is one of our trustees. And Tim Bennett, also on our board of trustees. Our board president, Greg Pensa, and Hilda Zacharias expressed their regrets for not being able to be here. And most importantly, B.J. Jones, who's the trustee for this area, he sent me, hopefully you didn't think I was being rude, he sent me a text message right before saying he is stuck at work and cannot get out. So we need our trustees to remain employed while they're serving, because it's a volunteer job. And it was his idea to bring the graduation ceremony here, and we're glad to have him. So with that, we also have a couple of our staff here. Our Vice President for Student Services, Noemi Ornelas, is here. Dr. George Raley, our Vice President for Academics. And Rick Rance, our Dean of the Extended Campus. So, it's a great day. It's always fun to watch you guys march in. Tomorrow we do the fire service. You think they can march better than you guys? They can't. These guys march better than anybody I've ever seen, so it's fantastic. And it's the fun part of my job is every year I get to give the families some stats of what your cadets have been doing. They've lost over the course of their 93 days 105 pounds and 32 waistline inches. They've done 57,000 pull-ups, wrote more than 1,800 memos, completed more than 200 different scenarios, fired 45,000 rounds, including 32,000 of those from their handguns. We started the academy with 20 recruits. We have 16 graduating today. That's an 80% graduation rate, and that is phenomenal. Half of them are already hired, which we are extremely grateful for. They've passed 64 tests. That includes the written tests, driving tests, firearms tests, arrest tests. So they've proved that they are worthy to be law enforcement officers for the state of California. And they shattered the record for the fitness course. So congratulations for doing that. It's truly an honor. The mission of a community college is to prepare our neighbors to be public servants and to have jobs that can support our community and allow them to have a living wage. And what you see here today is the heart of a community college. And the fact that you 16 individuals have agreed to respond in the most serious emergencies in your communities speaks greatly of the commitment you're making to all of us, and we're grateful for it. We see too often today the violence that's going on, whether it's San Bernardino or at Umpqua Community College or in Colorado Springs, where an officer made the ultimate sacrifice protecting his community. That's what you've stepped up to do. And we see those on the news, seems like more and more frequently, but the reality is every single day in America there's something happening like that. We've already passed one a day average for 4 or more people being shot in one day. That means you guys will likely be called to a violent scene and will have to respond bravely, and your training here has prepared you for that. We hope you'll remember your training, and we're grateful for the commitment that you've made to our community. Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Walters. And now I would like to introduce and thank all of the dignitaries, special guests, and Academy staff. They have done an outstanding job. And most importantly, I would like to thank our Board of Trustees, our college administrators. They are very supportive of our programs, and we could not do and be what we are without their ongoing and undying support. You've already met the college administration and Board of Trustees, and so I would like to now introduce our chief executives, many who serve on the Law Enforcement Advisory Board, and they guide us in our decision-making and programming throughout the year. So our chief executives are on this side of the building, and our recruits are on this side. So on behalf of Sheriff Ian Parkinson, Chief Deputy Rob Reed, on behalf of Sheriff Bill Brown, Under Sheriff Bernard Malekian, Interim Chief of Police for Allan Hancock College, John Staugard, Chief of Police Stephen Annibale, Arroyo Grande Police Department, Chief of Police and also our keynote speaker, Gerald Haley from Atascadero Police Department, Director of Public Safety and Chief of Police, Chief Arteaga, Cuesta College Police Department, Supervisory Resident Senior Agent, Special Agent Brian Sullivan, Federal Bureau of Investigation, Santa Maria Office, Chief of Police John Peters, Grover Beach Police Department, Chief of Police Pat Walsh, Lompoc Police Department, Chief of Police Robert Burton, Paso Robles Police Department, Chief of Police Jake Miller, Pismo Beach Police Department, Interim Chief of Police Chris Staley, San Luis Obispo Police Department, Chief of Police Ralph Martin, Santa Maria Police Department, Chief of Police Dustin Olson, UC California, Santa Barbara Police Department, Ms. Joyce Dudley, District Attorney, Santa Barbara County, Chief Investigator Dave Saunders, Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office. And now, I am pleased to introduce the law enforcement training staff and members who make this really all happen. So Ken George and Ross Ruth are our Academy coordinators. Larry Ralston. Yeah, they did it all. Larry Ralston is our Advanced Officer Training Coordinator. Ms. Christina McMillan is our Program Technician. Dan Hilker and Andrew Williams, who are busy today out in the crowd, they are our Equipment Managers. And Senior Deputy John Langenhennig, who's on assignment from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. He is our lead Recruit Training Officer. And Recruit Training Officer Mike Hollis, who's retired Grover Beach Police Department. Please help me in thanking them for a job well done. So as you can imagine, there's been a great deal of ongoing preparation and energy involved in the delivery of the training program for Academy Class 109. Sequencing 42 learning domains, scheduling instructors, coordinating facilities, providing equipment, ordering training materials, instilling discipline, guiding and counseling, supervising teaching, and as importantly, ensuring compliance with the POST regulations. And for those of you that may not know, POST stands for Peace Officer Standards and Training. POST is our governing agency that sets the standard for all law enforcement training throughout the state of California. So the success of the Academy is a reflection of the quality of our instructors and staff, and I thank them all for a job well done. As importantly as the Academy instructors and recruit training officers are, an integral part of our program are the part-time faculty and instructors that teach our recruits. They are dedicated to the training, and they are always making certain that the recruits rise to the high expectations that the Academy expects of them and also the community. Some are here today, and I know they won't, but you can recognize most of them because they're in uniform. But if they would please stand up, we would like to thank you for a job well done as well. Thank you. And now it is my honor to introduce our keynote speaker for today's ceremony, Gerald Haley, Chief of Police, Atascadero Police Department. Chief Gerald Haley had began his law enforcement career for 24 years ago. He started his law enforcement career as an officer with the Santa Cruz Police Department before transferring to the Santa Maria Police Department in 2000. He is currently the Chief of Police of Atascadero Police Department, where he's spent just over 4 years. During his time in law enforcement, Chief Haley has been assigned as a field training officer, street crime detective, narcotics detective, sexual assault detective, beat coordinator, and SWAT operator. He has also supervised the Community Services Unit, Investigations Unit, and SWAT team while at the Santa Maria Police Department. Chief Haley previously served as a facilitator for the Sherman Block Leadership Institute and has taught many criminal justice courses. He holds a master's degree in strategic leadership from Mountain State University. So please join me in welcoming Chief Gerald Haley.
It's a little weird. I'm going to touch this and it'll go off, I'm sure. It's a little weird not being able to address the recruits. I was expecting them to be right down in front of me. So from time to time I do this, it's because I'm talking to you, mostly. And I'd like to thank you for having me here. Thank the Academy staff for asking me to attend. It is a little bit of a daunting task to speak in front of so many people that I respect and admire. And I'm not talking about this group over here. I had the opportunity when I walked in, hey, it's back. Had the opportunity when I walked in to see a good number of people that I've had the pleasure of working with over the years out there actually doing the job. A lot of us now just sit at a desk and sign our name to stuff. But I saw Nicole Camby and Allison Martinez and Mark Snyder and other people that I've had the great pleasure of working with out there protecting you, protecting our public, and doing just a phenomenal job of providing police services. And to have the opportunity to kind of speak in front of them and maybe even to them a little bit is a little bit humbling when you think about what they do and the service that they provide to our communities. And I prepared a bunch of notes, and then I had the opportunity to take about an hour and a half drive to get here today and rethought a lot of what I wanted to say, and I don't know if I'll abandon the notes altogether, but certainly want to address the recruits as best I can and not tell too many stories, but tell you a couple stories about 3 individuals who have had a significant impact on my career and who I think demonstrate and model the motto that you guys have, which is service before self. After this graduation, I'd love it if one of you at least came up to me and kind of described the process and how you came to that, because I'd love to hear your stories as well. But that motto, service before self, really is one that has had a significant impact on my career, and one that I try and portray and demonstrate to the people at my own department. And so I'm grateful that you gave me a starting point for a few notes, and hopefully you find it beneficial to you as you start your law enforcement careers. So two cops walk into a bar, and the first one is carrying a shotgun, the other one has a nightstick in his hand. They walk into the bar, the music stops. It's one of these seedy biker bars. You know, you've been there, right? And a real big, burly kind of a biker guy. He's got long hair and he's got muscles coming out of everywhere. And he stands up and he says, "What do you two want?" And the cop with the shotgun, he takes the shotgun and as hard as he can, he just slams it into this guy's midsection. The guy doubles over, falls to the ground, and the cop kicks him. And the other cop says, "Does anybody else have anything to say?" And the room goes quiet. And I wish there was a punchline to that story. Unfortunately, that's a story my dad told me. My dad was a 30-year law enforcement professional. And when he came into this career, when he started his career many years ago, because he's really old now, when he started this career, he said that was pretty typical of law enforcement. It was not uncommon for law enforcement officers to be officious. It wasn't uncommon for them to use brutality as a means of controlling a situation. And the reputation that law enforcement has earned or had earned as a result of that was not too good, not good at all. And my dad had the opportunity to explain to me that over the course of his 30-year career, he saw a tremendous shift in how we as law enforcement professionals did our job. He had the opportunity to demonstrate to me that at the end of his 30-year career, which was the beginning of my now 24-year career, that we did things a little differently. And we had regained some of the public trust that was instilled on us and enables us to do the jobs that we do. I'm fond of telling my people there's 28,000 of them and there's only 28 of you. If we don't have the public trust, we're not going to be able to do our jobs, and so we have to earn that. And one of the ways that law enforcement, through the course of the late 60s, 70s, and into the 80s, began to earn that public trust is exactly what your motto talks about: service before self. We started putting service to the community and service to others before our own needs and before our selfish self-interests. And so because of that, I've had the unique opportunity to have an almost 25-year career now where I have not seen examples of brutality. I've not seen overly officious officers, and I've been proud to serve alongside the men and women that I've served with. Unfortunately, as I stand before you today, I think we all have known and have heard about examples to the contrary. It fills the media. It dominates our airwaves. And we are seeing a little bit of a shift again to an idea or a mentality that says we can't trust the police officers who are in service to us. And even though we see tremendous examples of police officers kind of rushing into the fray, like we saw down in San Bernardino, with gunfire erupting around them, and they charge straight ahead and they attack a problem, and we see tremendous acts of bravery in that, we still see a number of people in our communities and in the media outlets talking about how they can't trust the job that we do in law enforcement. And that's a shame. But it's not something we can't overcome. This service before self is exactly what it's going to take to overcome that mentality and to overcome that perception, and in some cases to overcome the justified criticism of the job that we are doing. Service before self will change that tide. And I hope that at the end of your 25 or 30-year or 35-year career, you'll be able to look back and say, I remember when But it's not that way anymore because of service before self. That's my dad's story. I have another story I'd love to tell you. I'm not even looking at my notes anymore, so good luck. Do you guys want to be heroes? How many of you want to be a hero? If you do, get over it, please. I used to want to be Superman, red cape, the whole 9 yards. This was like 5 years ago. So, man, I don't want you guys to be heroes. I want you to attain other traits. I want you to look to other things. I want you to have character traits that go beyond that. I wrote a few of them down here, and I just want to say them to you. I want you to be noble. I want you to be steadfast. Be honorable. Be compassionate. Be humble. Be brave. Love your fellow man, even when they display the very worst, and you are going to see the worst. Have love for your fellow man. These are the traits that are desperately needed in this particular time in law enforcement, not heroism. These are the traits that are going to restore the public trust to our profession. These are the traits of those who serve before self, who serve without regard to their own self-interest. So I'm going to encourage you to do that as well. We serve the public and not the other way around. You're going to be tempted over the course of your careers to forget that a little bit. And this is where you all come in, because when they get a little too cocky, a little too big for their britches, when they think that their job is more important than the job of the guy who is emptying our trash cans, that's where you need to remind them of the fact that they have the public trust, and it is a great honor, and they are supposed to serve before self. And every once in a while, you're going to come alongside of them, and you're going to be loving critics, and you're going to tell them, no, don't behave that way. Every once in a while, you're going to give them a swift kick in the pants and tell them, look, I remember when you started this job. I remember when you were at your graduation and you said you wanted to serve before self. If you don't do it, somebody else will. And I'd much rather have it be the people who love them, their friends and their family. Have those be the people that remind them of who they're supposed to be in law enforcement. Service before self sometimes requires you to pay the ultimate price. A few minutes ago, I talked to you about the character traits, and one of them I said was love. That's not something we typically think about in law enforcement. You don't hear that from your TAC officer. I want you to love. I don't know, maybe you did. Maybe it's a different kind of academy than I went to. But truthfully, love is going to be the character trait that when you demonstrate that to the people around you, will have the greatest impact on the lives of those people you serve, and will be the truest demonstration of service before self. I knew a guy, his name was Butch Baker, Sergeant Butch Baker, and I went to his funeral 2.5 years ago. Sergeant Butch Baker was my friend. I served alongside of him for 9 years at the Santa Cruz Police Department, and he was full of love. Everybody who knew Butch knew that he loved, because he loved his job. He loved people. He loved his community. And one day, in service before self, he went to a man's home who was responsible for a couple of sexual assaults, and that man shot and killed him dead. And he paid the ultimate price for service before self. And I can guarantee you that if you had asked him moments before if he was ready and willing to do that, Butch would have said yes, because he had that kind of love. There's a lot of people at his funeral. It was standing room only, and it was held at the HP Pavilion, 20,000 seats. And I looked up from almost the front row where I was seated, and I didn't see any empty chairs. Because we celebrate that kind of service before self, because we acknowledge it for what it is. I hope today that you understand that service before self may ultimately require you to pay some heavy costs, some difficult price, and yet it's worth it, every bit of it. I want to tell you about one more person. And this is perhaps the best way I can demonstrate to you what service before self truly means. And I'm going to start crying if I don't read it. And so I'm just going to read this to you. Perhaps the best way that I can introduce you to the idea of service before self is to introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is DJ Bigelow. DJ Bigelow was an officer with the Paso Robles Police Department for the past 10 years. On October 31st of this year, DJ finally succumbed to his 5-year battle with cancer. I've asked DJ's wife, Holly, to be here with me as my guest, since he can't be here, and she's seated over there. Would you do me a favor, just welcome her today? I've known DJ since I was about 7 years old, and we've been friends ever since. He became a pastor, and he served communities around the state and around the country in that capacity for a number of years. He called me about 10 years ago, and he said, I want to be a cop. And I spent about the first hour of that conversation trying to talk him out of it. I said, you're already doing the Lord's work. You don't have to change careers. And he convinced me that that was what was best for him and his family. I spent about the next hour trying to help him get the job. DJ went to the same academy that I did, and he was ultimately able to accomplish his goal of becoming a police officer with the Paso Robles Police Department, and we have worked together in this profession since that time. A few weeks ago when I walked into the gymnasium for DJ's memorial party, Holly wanted it called a party, I saw that Holly had set out bleachers on one side of the gym and just a few chairs out in front of those bleachers. And my immediate thought was that there was absolutely no way that was enough seats to contain all of the guests that were going to be arriving really soon. Sure enough, in very short order, those seats all filled up. Every bit of those bleachers and all of those chairs. We had to pull out the bleachers from the other side of the gymnasium. People kept coming. There were people standing in the doorways. The place was packed. The guests who attended DJ's party, for the most part, were not there because DJ was a good cop. Truth be told, I couldn't even tell you what kind of cop he was. You'd have to ask Chief Burton what kind of cop he was, because I just don't know. We didn't talk about that stuff. We talked about life and love and leadership, and we just didn't spend a lot of time talking about our jobs. What I do know, though, is what kind of person DJ was. I knew there wasn't going to be enough room in there, not because of who he was at work, but because of who he was away from work. DJ knew and lived out your motto of service before self, but he did it when he was at home, not when he had a uniform on. One of the expectations of my department is something that we call personal growth, and we remind our officers that who they are away from work is more important than who they are at work. I want them to be good fathers and mothers. I want you to be good fathers and mothers. I want them to be a good husband or wife. I want them to be good citizens in the community. Be a coach, be a mentor, be a good neighbor. Enjoy this life. Take up hobbies, learn and grow. Never stop doing either one of those. You see, it's my belief that if you are that kind of person away from work, then every day when you come to work, that's the person you're going to bring with you. I like that guy. I want to work with him or her. It's great being alongside of them. If you're bitter and disgruntled, if you find no joy in this life, if you have no purpose, then you will not be the type of officers that you need to be. I've seen officers like that trudge through this life and then drag their miserable selves to work every day, and I hate working alongside of them. So please be the kind of person that DJ was away from work. The overwhelming majority of people at DJ's celebration were people whose lives he touched outside of his work as a police officer. He was an amazing father to his children, an amazing husband to his wife. He led his family in a godly manner. His children are a testament to his commitment to loving them and caring for them. He was a pastor. He ministered to the needs of others. He provided counsel and support. He was a coach, coached volleyball and softball in his community for years. He was a community leader, and he was a tremendous friend. And he was a friend to me. A couple of months before he died, and he was in incredible pain every day. Every day he was in pain. And I was going through one of the toughest times in my life that I've ever been through. And he came over to my house. He couldn't even sit in a chair. He was in so much pain. He had to lay on my bed and listen to me. And for the next 2 hours, he listened to me bare my heart and my soul to him. And he provided me counsel. And he comforted me. Even though he was in tremendous pain, he met my need. That is service before self. That is service outside of self, and that is service beyond self. And so I'm going to ask you today to be exactly what you have said in your motto that you're going to be the men and women who go into their communities and serve before self, to take that to heart. You're going to love this job. This is a cool job. The first time you chase somebody down an alleyway and tackle them and get them in custody and take them to jail, it's like the best moment you're ever going to experience in your whole life. I guarantee it. And you're going to enjoy this job. Don't lose the passion. Don't let years go by and forget this motto. Don't forget to serve. And don't forget to do it to the exclusion of yourself. If you do that, you're going to have long, wonderful, healthy careers. Good luck to you. I pray for you. I'm encouraged by what I see in front of me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Haley, for your inspiring words. So, Class 109, you're here. Today you graduate ready to face all of the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. You are well trained, you are disciplined, you're educated, you're physically fit, you have embraced teamwork and professionalism and a solid work ethic. And yes, you are in the know. The staff and instructors have prepared you well, and now it is up to you. Your career, what your choices are, what you choose to become is now in your hands. As charged in the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics, be an example to all. Sense of honor, duty, integrity, courage, discipline, and the compassion that you feel today. And never forget what you pledged as Class 109, service before self. You are about to embark on an exciting career, and the public has vested trust in you. And to the families, to the husbands, the wives, significant others, children, fathers, brothers, and sisters, thank you all for your support, for your patience, your understanding, and helping these fine recruits get to today. To the staff, to the recruit training officers, to the instructors, you should be proud. You have prepared yet another fine group of recruits for the challenging and very risky profession that they are about to embark on. While today we are here to gather to honor all graduates, we would first like to recognize special achievements of individual recruits from Academy Class 109. At this time, I would like to invite Ms. Pat Mercer to the podium to begin the presentations. Ms. Mercer is a Kiwanian and a board member with the Santa Maria Valley Kiwanis Nighttime Club, and she will present the Valedictorian Award. The recipient of this award will provide us with a short speech following. Ms. Mercer?
Good morning. It is truly my pleasure and honor to be here representing the Santa Maria Valley Kiwanis Club. It's been our practice to give an award to the valedictorian of each academic class. The valedictorian is the recruit with the highest overall performance in 5 key areas: academic written exams, firearms qualifications, physical fitness, scenario testing, and report writing. In other words, the valedictorian is the overall top achiever in Class 109. It's Kiwanis' motto to change the world, one community, one child at a time, and how better to do that than to support the men and women who serve and protect our families. It is my pleasure to present a check and award to the class valedictorian for Class 109, recruit Bradley Pollard, University of California, Santa Barbara Police Department, and by the way, my alma mater.
Good morning. On behalf of Class 109, I'd like to start by saying thank you to everyone for being here today. This is a very proud day for our class, and it couldn't have been done without all the love and support all of our family and friends have given us. We have dedicated the past 5 months of our lives to this goal, and it is not without our sacrifice and your support that we stand here before you today. We started our journey on July 20th, 2015, as 20 individuals wearing suits in the lobby of the Academy. We stood there quickly sizing each other up, trying to decide who looked squared away as we tried to calm our nerves on the first day. It wasn't long before we were whisked away by Academy staff to our new home, Classroom 5120, where we would spend the next 21 weeks learning all we could about law enforcement. We spent the first 2 days reading the basic recruit manual, learning from Mr. George and Mr. Ruth about Academy life, memos, classroom lectures, written tests, physical tests, and scenario tests. We were overwhelmed by the sheer volume of workload that was to come. They told us what to expect over the next 21 weeks, but left much to the imagination and for us to figure out on our own through trial and error. That trial and error period came that first Thursday, our first day with the TAC officers, known to us as Black Thursday, followed by Black Friday, and Black every day for the following 3 weeks. It was during those first days that we learned very quickly how to stand very still in formation on the grinder, trying our hardest to hide behind the person in front of us. It was no use, though, as the swarm of TAC officers quickly made their way through the TAC shack door to the formation, screaming at everyone in their path while handing out memos like they were candy. Anything from a wrinkle in your shirt to a piece of lint on your pants was fair game. There was a method to their madness, but we wouldn't realize it for weeks to come. This began the long process of a very regimented daily schedule for the next 21 weeks. Every hour of every day was mapped out and adhered to. We began to learn how to march in formation and recite penal codes and vehicle codes with TAC officers yelling in our faces. We also learned very quickly how painful the word memo could be. When you rack up an average of 6 memos a night, each taking approximately 45 minutes to write in perfect block handwriting, you can understand how that single word can cause so much anguish. Our breaks were filled with recitation, again repeating the process of reciting codes only to be issued more memos. But it wasn't just those memos that caused us so much stress. It was also the late nights polishing our boots, ironing our uniforms, and studying for tests after the memos were completed that made the Academy so demanding. There were days when recruits would only get a few hours of sleep, only to repeat the cycle again the next day. There was also the added stress of having to answer for mistakes of other recruits in the class. One recruit, who will remain nameless, decided to start practicing his pistol draw in a less than appropriate manner on the evoc track in the middle of numerous evoc instructors. Once word of this recruit's practice session made its way back to the TAC officers, his pistol was quickly ripped from his holster and replaced with a large, hollow plastic M&M's candy cane. He carried his candy cane around for weeks until he finally got his pistol back, only to lose it again a few days later to be replaced with the same M&M's candy cane. As the weeks went on, we learned to adapt to the schedule and overcome the stress. Writing memos became faster, our boots became shinier, and our uniforms looked sharper. We began to work as a team and help each other along during PT sessions. We were finally showing the Academy staff what they were trying to get us to achieve all along: teamwork. Although it took time, we as a class thought we came together as a team a lot faster than the Academy staff would lead us to believe. Finally, our breaks were not filled with memos. Finally, our breaks were not filled with recitation, but the opportunity to do scenarios and put to work everything we had learned during classroom lecture. We began to write reports in our scenarios instead of being issued memos, a welcome change of pace. The days began to go by faster, and we were surprised at the end of each week at just how quickly the week went by and how much closer we were to graduation. It was mostly a serious atmosphere at the Academy, especially in formation on the grinder. However, there were many times when our attack officers were almost surely trying to get us to laugh. From making jokes about recruits to having the class sergeant read from Dr. Seuss books at the front of the formation, it was at times hard to contain the laughter, but we did it as best we could. One recruit had trouble phonetically spelling the name of a role player over the radio during a scenario, conveniently named Oscar Mayer, and was later assigned the unfortunate task of having to sing the Oscar Mayer song in front of class during formation at a later date, just so the tax could be assured that he got his spelling correct. When finally called upon to sing his song, he nailed it, right in front of our TAC officers and a few instructors who've been called out to the grinder to join in the event. It's hard to keep it together ourselves, and even the TACs and instructors are laughing too. Our class is made up of 16 different personalities, all with different qualities that they bring to the table. We have military veterans, fathers, husbands, and wives, some younger, some older, but all eager to begin our careers. We have recruits with previous experience jumping from helicopters, executive protection, an ejection seat mechanic, a banker, a vintner, a jailer, and students, just to name a few. We did push-ups and pull-ups until we could push and pull no more. Went on 5-mile runs while singing cadences the whole way, fought each other during arrest and control, and fired over 45,000 rounds of ammunition over 10 range days. We learned from a variety of instructors with expertise in different areas of law enforcement. We learned from experts in search and seizure, laws of arrest, arrest and control, emergency vehicle operations, and firearms, just to name a few. Countless instructors were called upon to teach us everything they knew about their area of expertise. Finally, as graduation day is now upon us, we stand before you today graduating 16 recruits, only losing 4 along the way. We have had many good days and many bad, many laughs and many stressful moments. We have each evolved into a new and stronger person than when we started the Academy only 21 weeks ago. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses, but at the end of the day, we all have one thing in common. We can say we grew and came together as a team and achieved a great goal that no one can take away from us. We are all ready to step out in the world of law enforcement and begin our careers. Many of you here today know the hardships that we all went through to achieve our goal. To all those members of law enforcement here in attendance today, we thank you for your dedication, your support, and your guidance along the way. To our families, friends, and loved ones, we thank you for your sacrifice and support in helping us achieve our goal. To the Academy staff, thank you for your dedication to law enforcement and to our class. We have learned a great deal from you along the way. And finally, to Class 109. We worked hard together as a team and pulled each other along each step of the way, and we did it with integrity, courage, and discipline. Congratulations, everyone. We finally made it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mercer, and please extend our sincere appreciation to the Santa Maria Valley Kiwanis Club for their ongoing and generous support. They are always here for our Academy, and congratulations to you, Recruit Pollard, for your achievement. And next, I would like to invite Officer Nicole Camby of the Morro Bay Police Department to present the Leadership Award, and she will be presenting on behalf of the Morro Bay Police Officers Association.
Good morning. Congratulations to Class 109. The Morro Bay Police Officers Association provides recognition to the recruit who demonstrates exceptional leadership skills throughout the Academy. The recipient of this award is selected by their peers and is based on problem-solving ability, performance as a class sergeant, and all-around leadership skills as an Academy recruit. The recipient of this award absolutely exemplified strong leadership throughout the Academy and will receive a gift from the Morro Bay Police Department Association. The award recipient for this class, 109, is Recruit Andrew Blunt.
Thank you, Officer Canby, and please extend our gratitude to all members of the Morro Bay Peace Officers Association. And congratulations to you, Recruit Blunt, for your achievement. And now I would like to invite Ms. Chrissy Alvarez, who will present the Academic Achievement Award on behalf of the California Association of Police Training Officers, which is CAPTO. Ms. Alvarez is the Secretary for the CAPTO Central Coast Chapter.
Good morning. First and foremost, I'd like to extend congratulations to every single one of you and your families for making it to this day. It's no easy feat, so congratulations. Secondly, I'd like to thank the Academy staff for their continued support of us surrounding agencies. Our recruitment and hiring practices would not go half as easily without their continued support, so thank you. And the real reason I'm here, the California Association of Police Training Officers Central Coast Chapter is proud to recognize the recruit with the highest cumulative average in academics. There are 26 post-learning domain written examinations covering subjects ranging from criminal law to first aid. The Class 109 recipients' average for these exams was in the high 90% range. The recipient will receive a gift card or a gift award from CAPTO, and congratulations to award recipient, Recruit Bradley Pollard, University of California, Santa Barbara Police Department.
Thank you, Chrissy, and please extend our appreciation to all members of the Central Coast Chapter of CAPTO. And again, congratulations, Recruit Pollard, for your achievement. And now on behalf of the San Luis Obispo Police Officers Association, Detective Jason Dickel will present the Lee Horn Memorial Award.
I have to say this fire garage has never looked so good. I like these black and whites up in here. It's nice. Believe it or not, I am a police officer, but I'm also a former TAC officer and a current instructor for this academy. Class 109, how do you feel? Class 109, how do you feel? All right, good. I'd like to thank everybody for supporting these men and women through their journey. But your journey is just beginning, and they'll need your continued support. But today I'm representing the San Luis Obispo Police Officer Association, presenting the Lee Horn Memorial Award, which was developed to recognize the most improved recruit. What I think is unique about this award, too, is that this recruit is chosen by Academy staff, which I think is huge. They're the ones that have recognized that you are the most improved. I encourage you to take a look at the brief biography on page 7 of your programs. Outlines Lee Horn and his accomplishments. The recipient of this award was selected by majority vote of the Academy staff based on the recruit's overall range of development and improvement during the Academy. The recipient will receive a check from the San Luis Obispo Police Officer Association, and the Lee Horn Award recipient for Class 109 is Travis Neforis.
Thank you, Detective Dickel, and please extend our sincere appreciation to all members of the San Luis Obispo Police Officers Association. And congratulations to Recruit Neforis for your achievement. I would now like to invite Ross Ruth, Law Enforcement Academy Coordinator, who will present the Leo Ortega Award. This will be on behalf of the Santa Barbara County Deputy Sheriff's Association.
Congratulations, everybody. You deserve it here. This recruit was selected by a majority vote of all class number 109 recruits on the basis of who was the most inspirational during their academy training. When you have a moment, you're encouraged to read the brief biography of Leo Ortega and his many contributions to the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. He was a friend and my partner. It is printed in your program on page number 8. The recipient of this award will receive a check from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's District, Santa Barbara County Deputy Sheriff's Association. The recipient of the Leo Ortega Most Inspirational Recruit Award for Class 109 is Recruit David Culp.
Thank you, Mr. Ruth, and please extend our gratitude to the Santa Barbara County Deputy Sheriff's Association, and congratulations to you, Recruit Culp. The next award, the Doug Odom's Firearms Award, will be presented by Sergeant Steve Odom, San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office, and Sergeant Brian Dillard of the Lompoc Police Department.
Congratulations, 109. Didn't think this day would get here, did you? More importantly, congratulations to the families that supported them. Thank you for all your help with that. Before we get started, I get to go off script, and if you listen real carefully, you'll hear the director go, We've had some modifications made at our range, so I would be remiss if I did not take time to thank our neighbors and friends at the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Lompoc, and at Vandenberg's 30th Security Forces Squadron, who assisted us by allowing us to use their range facilities. And so if there's anybody in the crowd that represent them, thank you. The Firearms Award is provided by the San Luis Obispo's District Attorneys Investigators Association, Friends of Doug Odom Fund. The Lompoc Police Office, this time it's the San Luis Obispo County Deputy Sheriff's Association. When you have a moment, you are encouraged to read the brief biography of Doug Odom in your programs on page 7. The recipient of this award was selected based on firearms proficiencies on 8 firearms qualification courses, which included day and night fires, a timed target and combat course with both semi-automatic pistol and shotgun. The recipient will receive a check from the Friends of Doug Odom. In addition, the Association of the San Luis County's County Deputy Sheriffs is providing the recipient with a brand new in-the-box Glock semi-automatic pistol. The recipient for Class 109, before we get there, you don't get to walk out of here with this box. Federal law prohibits that. The recipient for the Class 109 hails from UC Santa Barbara Police Department, Officer Bradley Pollard, also known as the Terminator. If anybody sees him make for the door with that box, feel free to tackle him.
Thank you, Sergeants Odom and Dillard, and please extend our appreciation to your associations. And again, Recruit Pollard for your achievement. Our next presenter is the past National Grand President and District Governor for the International Footprint Association, Mr. Jay Connor. Mr. Jay Connor will present the Scholarship Award on behalf of the California Central Coast Chapter 73 of the International Footprint Association. Mr. Connor?
Thank you and welcome everybody today. What an unbelievable event we have. It's a great for Class 109 to come up on this day with all everything that you've accomplished. The members of Chapter 73 of the International Footprint Association, which is our local chapter here, extend their greatest appreciation and admiration for all your efforts. And thank you very much for what you've done. I would like to mention that Chief Haley's remarks, I don't know, I was very touched. That was service above self, I think, is what we all aspire for, but some of the examples he used were very touching, very emotional. So, Chief, great job. Thank you very much for doing that. I would point out that the International Footprint Association information about our organization on the Central Coast here is located on the bottom of page 8, but I would like to highlight a couple of things that we do. One is our annual Cops and Kids Field Day. We've done that in support of the law enforcement community. The reason it's called the Cops and Kids Field Day and not the Public Safety Field Day is because of our respect for the law enforcement, the cops. We know the fire department has their, public safety has theirs, but this is specifically for you folks. We're now, like I said, going to come out on our 23rd year, and we've touched over 65,000 people with that event. And actually 2 years ago, we had a graduate that actually attended the Cops and Kids Field Day as a youngster and actually graduated from the academy, which was one of the biggest things for me personally that we've ever done. We also do the scholarships, as you're seeing here today. The scholarship recipient will receive a $500 scholarship, and we also have monthly meetings. In our monthly meetings, we recognize, and it's been expanded thanks to our current president, who is the Undersheriff Tim Olivas, where we've expanded to serving 16 agencies. So what we do is monthly, we have an agency bring their dispatcher and officer for recognition. We invite them as our guests with their spouse or significant other and recognize them. And currently, like I said, we have 16 agencies, and we take great pride in that. And one of the last things we do is our Cops and Kids Benefit Golf Tournament. And I only mention that to you because a lot of people, they hear about cops and kids, they hear about this and that, but they don't associate it with footprinters. So that was kind of it. But I would like to mention that the recipient of our law enforcement scholarship, this award has demonstrated superior performance, academic excellence, and highest standards and ethics, and true commitment to law enforcement. The recipient has completed a detailed application that we specifically use, and it's been reviewed by executive and command level law enforcement professionals. This year's recipient, I'd like to have the recruit Andrew Blunt step forward, and Andrew will be receiving as I mentioned, he'll be receiving the check and also an invitation for him and a significant other to participate at a meeting and get additional recognition and thank you from our membership because they can't be here. I'm the lucky one. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Connor, and please, it goes without saying what an honorable mission that the International Footprint Association does. They are greatly appreciative and ongoing supportive of this academy. Please thank all members of the Central Coast chapter, and congratulations, Recruit Blunt, for being the recipient of this award. And now I would like coordinators Ken George and Larry Ralston, who are the Academy PT instructors, to present the Physical Fitness Award.
I can attest that this is a very strong class, and the previous class put down a challenge called the Class 108 Challenge, and it was a kind of a combination course and a run, and it was quite extensive. And they were very proud of it, and then this class came along and broke the record by almost 7 minutes. So it might stay there for a while. So the recruit who consistently achieves the highest scores in the monthly push-up, sit-up, pull-up, and the mile-and-a-half run assessments, combined with the top scores in the post-job fitness test, which is the dummy drag, 6-foot wall, 6-foot fence, obstacle course, and the 500-yard run, receives this award. This award includes a 1-year membership donated by the Western Village Health Club and a gift certificate from the Santa Maria Police Officers Association, which I will get at the end of this meeting here today. And the Physical Fitness Award for Class 109 is Recruit Andrew Blunt.
Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you for providing leadership in the physical training program. And also thanks to the Santa Maria Police Officers Association. And again, Recruit Blunt, congratulations to you for your achievement. And now I would like to invite Santa Barbara County District Attorney Joyce Dudley to the podium. District Attorney Dudley will present the Report Writing Award.
Family and friends, good morning. You are about to experience the pride and worry of knowing someone you love will choose bravery and valor over their own personal safety. I know it well. My son is also a first responder who graduated from this auspicious academy. And he graduated well-trained and meticulously prepared for all he had to face. Graduates, congratulations. You are about to join the ranks of a most noble profession. You are entering law enforcement at a time when you must bring your A game to every day. Your community will judge you by your actions on the street, and the filing district attorney will judge you by the reports that you write. Therefore, it is my honor. The Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office is pleased to present this award to the recruit that topped its overall performance in report writing. The District Attorney's Office fully understands the important role that clear, concise, and complete crime reports play in the thorough investigation of crimes and successful prosecution of criminals. The District Attorney's Office will present the recipient with a gift from our office. The recipient of the Report Writing Award for the Class of 109 is Recruit Cody Goodwin with the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department.
Thank you, District Attorney Dudley, for your acknowledgement and support of this award, and also for your untiring work as a post commissioner. And congratulations to Recruit Goodwin for your achievement. And next, I would like to invite Chief Stephen Annibale of the Arroyo Grande Police Department to present the Scenarios Award.
Thank you very much. Before I go on to the Scenario Award, one quick comment. I have the distinct pleasure of teaching one of the first classes in the Academy, the recruits will remember, which is the Ethics and Professionalism class. And in that class, I'm sure you do remember, we talk about the most important thing, and that is that this business is a calling and it's a special job. And that we also give you the sobering note that some of you may not be here on graduation day. But I am very glad to see that the majority of you are here, and I'm pleased that you have been successful in the Academy. So let me tell you a little bit about the Scenario Award and why the Arroyo Grande Police Department supports this award. The Academy Scenarios Award is presented by our department, and there are 14 practical field problems. These scenarios, or role-playing type scenarios, required by a post range from domestic disputes, vehicle pullovers, to violent crimes in progress and homicides. The best part about the scenarios is we use actors from the Allan Hancock College PCPA Theater Arts program to serve as the role players during the scenario, and I have to tell you, their performance is very good. Very good. The recruits must demonstrate sound tactical and communication skills, an understanding of the laws, secure witnesses and evidence, call in resources, interview all the involved parties, and if probable cause exists and is established, make arrests in these scenarios. For our department, we believe that the Scenario Award encompasses so many of the other skills that these recruits learn here in the Academy and demonstrates their full understanding of what the role they are about to move into. And so we believe it's an important award, and that's why we sponsor it. So without further ado, I will say the top recruit in scenarios will receive a gift certificate from the Rio Grande Police Department to a local law enforcement supplier, along with a certificate. And I'm pleased to say that the top recruit in overall performance in the scenarios for Class 109, someone we already know pretty well, recruit Bradley Pollard, University of California, Santa Barbara Police.
Thank you, Chief Annabali, and please thank the members of the Arroyo Grande Police Department. And again, Recruit Pollard, congratulations to you. And now I would like to invite Mr. Steve Munoz of Sunset Auto Center in Lompoc to present the Emergency Vehicle Operations Award, which is also known as the Safe Driver Award.
Hello, everyone. My name is Steve Munoz, and I'm the service manager here at Sunset Auto Center. Sunset Auto Center is very honored to be selected to award the Safe Driver Award. We are very proud of our recruits and our facility here in Lompoc. Sunset Auto Center continues to be involved with local law enforcement, with donations, fundraisers, and also supplying undercover vehicles when needed to the departments here in Lompoc. We will continue to do this as long as we can, and we want to support all our recruits. So going right into this, the Safe Driver Award is presented to the recruit who throughout the Academy Emergency Vehicle Operations Training displayed good defensive driving traits, demonstrated an understanding of driving with due regard and the need to put public safety first. Over 100 officers die in the line of duty every year throughout the United States, and a leading cause is due to vehicle-related crashes. As a result, a campaign was started called Below 100. The goal is to get the number of officers who die each year below 100. A number that hasn't been met since 1944. So far in 2015, 116 officers have died in the line of duty, with 46 being related to auto deaths. As we emphasize the need to be safe law enforcement drivers, we hope to reduce the number of officers who die as a result of vehicle-related crashes and get below 100. With more officers driving with good judgment and defensive driving skills demonstrated by this recruit, we should get below 100 and stay there. The Safe Driver Award is presented to recruit Daniel Bridges, Santa Maria Police Department.
Thank you, Mr. Munoz, and also to the Sunset Auto Center for acknowledging the importance of safe driving. And to you, Recruit Bridges, congratulations for your achievement. And now, I would like to ask the two Academy coordinators, Ken George and Ross Ruth, to step up to the podium for the awarding of the graduation certificates.
Okay, we've reached the moment you've all been waiting for. And it's time to award the certificates to Class 109. Class Sergeant, prepare the class to receive your certificates. All right, I'd first like to ask Dr. Walters to present the certificates on behalf of the College for the Independent Recruits. The graduates of the Basic Law Enforcement Academy, Class 109, Armando Avalar. Andrew Blunt. Also the Leadership Award, PT Award, and the Footprint Scholarship. Michael Coleman. Clint Jones. Marcelo Magana. Travis Nefores. Also a recipient of the Lee Horn Memorial Award. Kevin Ochoa. And Justin Pryor. I'm proud to say that most of our independent recruits are in backgrounds at this point with other agencies, so hopefully they'll be employed pretty soon. Our next Class 109 graduate was hired by the Arroyo Grande Police Department while attending the Academy. We'll recognize this individual by asking Chief Annibale to present his certificate. Matthew Reedy. Our next Class 109 graduates were sponsored by the Lompoc Police Department. We'll recognize these individuals by asking Chief Walsh to present their certificates. Oni Abadike. David Culp. Mr. Culp was also the Leo Ortega Memorial Award for Most Inspirational. All right, our next Class 109 graduate was sponsored by the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. We'll recognize this individual by asking Under Sheriff Malekian to come up to present his certificate. Cody Goodwin. Also the recipient of the Report Writing Award. Our next Class 109 graduate was sponsored by the Santa Maria Police Department. We'll recognize this individual by asking Chief Martin to present the certificate. Daniel Bridges. Also the EVOC Safe Driver Award. And our final three graduates were sponsored by the University of California, Santa Barbara Police Department. We'll recognize these individuals by asking Chief Olson to present their certificates. And I know we already know that Bradley Pollard was the academics, but believe it or not, the top three academics in this class were UCSB recruits. Evan Jones. Bradley Pollard. Also the Class Valedictorian, Academics, Firearms, and Scenario Awards. And last but not least, Amanda Siegel. Thank you, sir. Okay. We would like to ask Director Annabali to please step up to the podium, please. And I would like to have recruits Abadake and recruit Coleman. They would like to present the class plaque on behalf of Class 109.
Thank you, and thank you, Class 109, and congratulations for your achievement. And now I would like to invite Senior Deputy John Langenhennig to the podium. He will lead the graduates of Class 109 in the Law Enforcement Code of Ethics and the oath.
The Law Enforcement Code of Ethics was introduced by the International Association of Chiefs of Police and codified in California law as the professional oath for law enforcement officers. You may follow along in your program, page 6, as the graduates recite this code.
Class 109, ready, begin.
As a law enforcement officer, my fundamental duty is to serve mankind, to safeguard lives and property, to protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorders, and to respect the constitutional rights of all men, to liberty, equality, and justice.
Class 109, raise your right hands. Do you solemnly swear to practice, live by, and obey these law enforcement code of ethics?
I do.
Order. Arms. Class Sergeant, post.